Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. As you saw by the title of this video, we're going to be getting into none other than Jennifer Lopez. So guys, when it comes to Jennifer Lopez, I put Jennifer Lopez in the top 3 celebrities of all time that have caught backlash since the birth and the popularity of social media. There have been so many conversations. There have been so much content dedicated to Jennifer Lopez and her career. So let's go ahead and get into it, because I feel like there is a hate train, or there's certain energy towards Jennifer Lopez, and let's go ahead and dive into why. So guys, the first subject is Shady co-stars. So guys, Jennifer Lopez got her first break, or what is identified as her first break, when she was booked as a background dancer on the hit show back in the 90s called In Living Color. So guys, this show was created by producer and director Keenen Ivory Wayans. This show is regarded as one of those shows in the 90s that really put on for people of color, especially having a black man in charge. On this show with Jennifer Lopez, there was Rosie Perez, Jamie Foxx, and also Tommy Davidson. With Rosie Perez, she was hired as a choreographer for the Fly Girls once the original choreographer ended up leaving for another job. So when Rosie first got there, Jennifer Lopez was not a part of the crew. She ended up auditioning and then being a part of the show in 1991. So guys, when it comes to the recap of Jennifer Lopez's time on the show as a Fly Girl, there's a lot of discrepancy. So you have Keenen Ivory Wayans telling one story, and then you have Rosie Perez telling another story. So Rosie Perez says that Keenen did not originally want Jennifer Lopez, that she was the one that fought for Jennifer Lopez to be a part of the show as another Latina woman, being seen on TV. Keenen Ivory tells the story that he loved Jennifer Lopez from day one and that he did choose her. There was another discrepancy when it came to Jennifer about her body appearance, that she was chubby and slightly overweight, and that also she was not a great dancer. So guys, when you go back and you look at footage of Jennifer Lopez dancing next to the girls, she is not great. She's not really keeping up with the rest of the girls. Now, obviously, we fast forward to Jennifer Lopez in her career, and we look at Jennifer as a great performer. But when you look at this footage, the footage doesn't lie. She is not clean or keeping up with the rest of the girls. So it's a lot of discrepancy of the way Rosie tells the story versus the way Keenen tells the story. There was also another incident that was said that happened on the set, that Jennifer Lopez stormed into Rosie Perez's dressing room and she confronted her, saying, "You always pick on me. You always mess with me. I work harder than anybody and you're always effing messing with me." And it was to a point where they said that they were about to get into fisticuffs into the parking lot. Rosie Perez tells another side of this story, that when Rosie would critique Jennifer, it was coming from Keenen. So she was being the middleman and being the big bad wolf, even though Keenen was the one saying these things. And again, Keenen tells another story, or Keenen tells another side, that it wasn't like that. So next we have Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx was a talent on the show. He was one of the sketch comedians and actors. So Jamie Foxx ended up doing a stand-up special where he referenced Jennifer Lopez. He says that he saw Jennifer once she was dating P. Diddy backstage at the Grammys, and she confronted him. She confronted him on a joke that he did when he hosted Saturday Night Live. In this sketch, guys, it was him playing P. Diddy and it was another actress playing Jennifer Lopez, where they went to couples therapy. And pretty much he insinuated that Jennifer Lopez could not sing when it came to telling the jokes on that sketch.
Take that, take that, take that, take that, take that, take that, take that. Puffy tried to roll up on me. It really wasn't him. I can't blame him. It was actually Jennifer that was mad at me. But he was just trying to come to her, honor or whatever. But, I do jokes. This is my job. And I was doing some jokes on Saturday Night Live about, Puffy and Jennifer. And she got mad. I saw her at the Grammys. And she was upset with me. Now, I know Jennifer from In Living Color. She was the Fly Girl and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? We go back. You know what I'm saying? I remember before the J-Lo, I remember when it was just, hey, ho. I'm serious.
So Jamie tells the story that P. Diddy and Jennifer approached him backstage and that they weren't happy about the jokes. And Jamie made it seem like it was all cool, it was all jokes, that hey, this is what I do for a living, I don't mean any harm. So the way Jamie tells it, or the way he comes off, he makes it seem like it's all good and fun, that it's all innocent. But the way Jennifer and her boyfriend at the time, P. Diddy, who we know is in a lot of trouble, fast forward into now, they didn't take it so lightly. So next we have Tommy Davidson, who was also a sketch comedian actor on the show. So his experience is probably the most low-key out of the 3. He just tells stories where he approached Jennifer Lopez at events following their time on In Living Color, and she pretty much gave him the cold shoulder.
We had the same manager at one time. So I get down to the end of the thing, and I look at her, and Benny's going, come on, man, let me hear, man. I'm like, all right, man. And I go, Jennifer, what's up? And she goes, hey. So that was like the last.
So Tommy Davidson probably has the most low-key story. He pretty much just tells instances where he runs into Jennifer Lopez at different events, and she pretty much gives him the cold shoulder. He also tells a story where he and Jennifer Lopez had the same manager at one point, and he says that the manager took him on the video set where Jennifer Lopez was shooting. He spoke to Jennifer Lopez. She was standing with her back to him. She turned around, said, hey, and kept it pushing. So that is pretty much his experience. That pretty much she just acted, cold and distant and pretty much like she didn't know him, even though they were on the show. Now, when it comes to all of these accounts, you have to understand Jennifer Lopez didn't have a good experience on that show. She was on there from 1991 to 1993, and then, the show ended up being canceled. But based on her experience, or based on the stories that were told about Rosie Perez, she didn't have a good experience. So her being shady, obviously that's not the right way to go or the right energy. But once she left the show, it was essentially a sigh of relief and something that she probably wanted to put behind her. All three of those co-stars have gone on to speak great about Jennifer Lopez, and it does seem like they've taken the high road just based on what she's done in her career. So guys, the next subject is probably the biggest discussion when it comes to Jennifer Lopez's career, and that is that she stole music from other musical artists early on in her career.
You want to, you can't do what I do. Be emulating me daily. This didn't make any sense to her. How did a melody that she had locked down over the summer, last summer, suddenly appear on Jennifer Lopez's album? This was something that really bothered her.
Irv and Job had called me, and they woke me up like 3 in the morning, and they said, yo, come down. We made a song for you. It's right after Front Pass. So when I go to the studio, it's like 4 in the morning. They played What's Love, and you on it. And they was telling me, yo, this is for you and J-Lo. We want the Latinos on this.
So as you saw by all those allegations, the two biggest names that come up are Ashanti and Mariah Carey. So when it comes to Mariah Carey was a young uprising star, and she caught the eye of Tommy Mottola, who was an executive at Sony Music. So they ended up dating and ended up getting married. They ended up being married from 1993 to 1998, where Mariah ultimately filed for divorce and the divorce was finalized. So once she left Tommy Mottola, he was not happy about it. He is an executive. He's high up. Obviously, we have ego, and we have a lot of things going into this rich, powerful man. So ultimately, the story is told that he tried to sabotage Mariah Carey's career once she moved on from her contract with Sony Music. So this is where Jennifer Lopez comes into play. So it is said that songs that were meant for Jennifer Lopez, meaning the instrumentals and the beats, were specifically given to Jennifer Lopez to sabotage Mariah from releasing those songs. So it forced Mariah to scramble and redo those songs. The song in question is called Loverboy. So the song that you know today, that was not the original song. Mariah had other intentions for that song, but the beat was given to Jennifer Lopez. In 2001, Jennifer Lopez released her song I'm Real, and and then Mariah Carey released Loverboy, which was a redo from what it was originally supposed to be. So when it comes to Mariah Carey being shady towards Jennifer Lopez, we've seen this done so many times when interviewers bring her up because she didn't appreciate what Jennifer Lopez did. It seems like Jennifer Lopez knew what was going on and she still willingly took the music that was meant to be for Mariah Carey from the executive Tommy Mottola, who was specifically trying to be shady. So another instance happened in 2001 as well. Like I said, Jennifer Lopez released her single I'm Real, and then she did a remix to that, which is the I'm Real remix. So this is when CEO of Murder Inc. Records, Irv Gotti, comes into play. He says Tommy Mottola came into his office once he realized Mariah Carey was collaborating with his artist Ja Rule. So he says, hey, I want you to produce and do a song with Ja Rule and Jennifer Lopez. So Irv Gotti agreed to do this. Now the song in question is the I'm Real remix. So that song already had a beat and background vocals, which was done by Ashanti. So Ashanti speaks on this in interviews where she says that she thought the song was going to be for her, and then Irv Gotti ended up pulling a curveball and giving it to Jennifer Lopez. And Ashanti expresses that she was really upset about that because she loved that song and it went on to be a hit song, one of Jennifer Lopez's most recognizable and hit songs as far as her career. Now, when it comes to Mariah and Ashanti, Mariah is definitely way more shady to me than Ashanti. But even with Mariah being shady, she keeps it cute, she keeps it sweet. She says, hey, I don't know that woman. What she does is not what I do. I'm a true vocalist and we're going to keep it pushing. She doesn't really give any details, so she does keep it classy. When it comes to Ashanti, Ashanti never really spoke about that in real time. So guys, in 2002, Jennifer Lopez releases her next single called Jenny from the Block. Now for me guys, I identify this as the biggest fumble of Jennifer Lopez's career. When I think about Jennifer Lopez, I wonder if she can go back in time and not do that record, would she? I want to know, in her mind, how does she feel about this record after all these years? So guys, when it comes to Jenny from the Block, the subject of this song is that, hey, I'm this huge superstar now, but I'm just a hometown girl that started off in the Bronx from humble beginnings. So guys, when it comes to this song, immediately this song had a hold and had an effect on pop culture. I feel like within that first year of the release of that song, there were so many pop culture jokes and so many things done in the entertainment industry in regards to that song. So guys, this song was a hit song. It's super, super catchy. In real time, when the song first dropped, I loved the song. I was a young kid. I was a fan of Jennifer Lopez in becoming this huge household name. So I loved the song in real time, and still now I still identify it as a catchy song. The other side of the song, or where people had problem with this song, is that it seemed like she was identifying with a fake struggle. When it comes to Jennifer Lopez and her upbringing, or when it comes to when she first gets on In Living Color, she doesn't have the story of struggle. She doesn't have that street sass or, oh, I was a girl on the streets. You know, I was out here, you know, I had a D-boy, you know, he was doing bad things and I was, you know, the good girl on his shoulder. You know, me and my parents, we struggled, you know, roaches and rats, you know, we had to get our electricity cut off. That's not the story of Jennifer Lopez. So once we get to Jenny from the Block, that's kind of the reaction that people had. Like, you're trying to make it seem like you're this down a chick and that you came from struggle and now you have Bentleys and diamond rings and now that it's all good. So for me, guys, in real time, that song, it had backlash. It had so many jokes associated with it. And then now we fast forward to the conversation of Jennifer Lopez. And that song obviously did not age well. When it comes to Jennifer Lopez, she grew up with both parents. They were middle class and they were working career people. So really there was no struggle. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when it came to that song, it's just like, where is this coming from? Why are you trying to make it seem like you're this down street chick and now you're popping doing legal things or doing things the right way when that's not where you came from? You were raised in a two-parent home in a middle class income. For a lot of people, it seemed like she was trying to identify with this struggle that a lot of people of color have when it comes to entertainment, where they went from rags to riches. And that's not what her story is. So we really end up rubbing people the wrong way. So when it comes to Jennifer Lopez, like I told you before, she did a lot of things behind the scenes when it came to taking music that already belonged or was attached to somebody else. When it comes to Jennifer Lopez, I feel like she has this good girl image. She's super, super smiley. She's super, super happy, which for me, it never came off disingenuous. But once we get to the birth and the popularity of social media, there's been so much content dedicated to her that it made people look at her in a different light. So the image that she's had her whole career is like, is she really a mean girl in disguise? She's super, super smiling. She's super, super happy. You know, that's always been her energy, but there's been so many stories told on the other side that says, hey, behind closed doors, she was not a good girl. She was not super happy. She was not super friendly. In fact, it seemed like she may have did snakish things. When we look at the evidence, it's just like, it seems like that smile may be a front that she's put on her whole career. So guys, the last question when it comes to Jennifer Lopez is, how has she had this long-lasting career, almost 30 years, and she's still a household name? She's still relevant. For me, I feel like when Jennifer Lopez first popped on the scene, she did Selena in 97. She had her first hit record in 99 with If You Had My Love. When it came to her management, they did what they needed to do to make her a star. When it came to the behind the scenes, when it came to getting a bag, they did what they needed to do to make her a superstar. The era of superstars is gone. That 2000s era, we'll never get that back. So when I look at the first 10 years of her career, they did what they needed to do. She was doing music. She was doing movies. She had beauty products. She had clothing products. They did everything to market this woman to literally build $100 million empire within the first decade of her career. The next thing we have is her relationship with men in the industry. When it comes to Jennifer Lopez, it has been insinuated, it has been whispers that she has been flirty or more than friends when it came to certain men in the industry. That includes Tommy Mottola, and that also includes Keenen Ivory Wayans. So obviously we don't know the full details of these things, but these have been put out there that she was being more than platonic with these men. How far it went, who knows? It could have just her being flirty and just using her sex appeal to obviously get these men hot and excited, to get the deals and to get the money and to get the push that she needed in her career. The next thing is pretty privilege. Jennifer Lopez is a beautiful woman. Point blank period. When it comes to things that are attractive, it appeals to us over something that we find unattractive. And the last thing is that Jennifer Lopez became whitewashed. In 1997, she kicked off her acting career by portraying Selena. Once we get from 97 to 2000, Jennifer Lopez only stars in movies that have majority of a white cast. When it comes to her boyfriends, her lovers, she's always on the opposite of white men once we get to the year 2000. And that's only 3 years after she did Selena, which was a Mexican-American superstar. Jennifer Lopez is now married to Ben Affleck, which we know she has struggles with. They were together, engaged, and then they broke up because of his struggles with alcoholism. And even after they broke up, she expressed to the world her love and how he was the one, who is a white man. So when it comes to Jennifer Lopez's relevance, I believe that she made that mainstream crossover to the white audience. When I looked at different videos leading up to me doing this video, in the comment section, people of color do not rock with Jennifer Lopez. Even her own kind, which is the Latino community, they do not like her. Based on the comments I've seen, they do not like her. They do not care for her. It's something that is very fake and phony, and they have annoyance with her. They don't look at her as being real. They don't look at her as being down. When it comes to Jennifer Lopez, she has done documentaries and specials where she's gone back to the Bronx and she's walking up and down the streets and she's doing all these things. But when it came to that Jenny from the Block song, that did not resonate with people. They did not feel like she touched down with the Bronx, or that she really cared about the Bronx once she took off and became a huge star. So once we get past the first decade of Jennifer Lopez's career, it really kind of goes wishy-washy. And then once we get to the birth of social media, when it comes to the overall perception of her, when it comes to the culture. Like I said, Jennifer Lopez is 30 years in the game, but I feel like her relevance is because of middle-aged white America, because they know her, they recognize her as this beautiful superstar. When it comes to the true culture of people like me, who I was a kid in the 90s and I saw her, now we fast forward to now, I'm in my 30s. I can't say that I have love for Jennifer Lopez. She's just been around my whole entire life. She is a beautiful woman. I think she has great stage presence, but she's not a celebrity that I look at and put on my top tier or my most fave celebrity of all time. She just doesn't, that's just not the impact that she's had over her career. Once we get to social media and how people have really picked apart the elements of her career and of her success. So tell me what you think down below. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Do you like Jennifer Lopez? Do you not care for her? Do you agree? Do you disagree? And I will catch you in the next video.